The Arizona Cardinals, Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, and Kansas City Chiefs have the longest active winning streaks in the NFL. But among those teams, the Cardinals might be the hottest, with yet another impressive victory. Kyler Murray is on fire and is a legitimate MVP contender, along with Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson. The offense is absolutely rolling, and as we know, the offense will win you a lot of games in the regular season. But it's the defense that will win you games in the playoffs, and the defense for Arizona has been stepping up big time behind an impressive pass rush. Welcome to Josh's Football Breakdowns, where we don't tell you what you're seeing, we let the film tell us what we're seeing. And what we saw on Sunday was a New York Jets team that was completely outclassed in every phase of the game by the Arizona Cardinals. This film was truly a treat to watch, and there's a lot of great plays I want to show you guys. So this entire video will be presented to you ad-free after this short commercial break. Welcome back. The New York Jets had finally started to generate some hope, only to have their spirit completely broken by the end of this game. How did Arizona do it? With a brilliant offensive game plan featuring a steady stream of misdirection. On this first play, they fake the handoff to James Conner, and that draws in the linebackers, especially Jamien Sherwood, allowing Marvin Harrison Jr. to come in wide open behind him. This play was made possible thanks to a fake run by James Conner, and in order to help sell the fake, the Cardinals pull the right guard, Tristan Colon. But this allows excellent penetration by Javon Kinlaw. But look at Kinlaw's eyes. He's completely buying in on the run fake, and we can clearly see Kyler Murray hiding the football. It's an 18-yard chunk on just the second play of the game, but Arizona would follow that up with an even bigger play. And this time, it's a double fake handoff to James Conner and Greg Dortch. So the Jets have dropped a safety down into the box, Tony Adams, to keep an eye on James Conner. But this is going to be a screen pass, and for the first time, we get a really good look at the execution of the Cardinals here, something I was extremely impressed with from start to finish while taking a look at this film, and we're going to take a look at a lot of the same plays together. Because it's not just about the X's and O's, the players also have to execute. And on these screen passes, it can be difficult sometimes for these O-linemen to get the timing just right. You know, if you hit and release too quickly, you can allow penetration that will disrupt the play, or you can be downfield too early, which would be an illegal man downfield penalty. On the other hand, if you take too long, you disrupt the timing of the play in the other way and you're unable to get downfield and block effectively. Just watch here the right guard Colon and the center Froholt as they masterfully sell this and then head downfield to block. And the timing is perfect. Froholt beats Tony Adams to the spot, initiating this contact from the side. He has to do it from either the side or the front to avoid any kind of a penalty for an illegal block in the back. Well done. Now we also see Michael Clemens in pursuit, but check out Colon. He knows that he can't block towards his own goal line or that will be a penalty. That's a new rule that's been put in for safety. So again, he makes sure to let up and initiate this contact from the side. These guys are extremely well coached. They're not going to get a bad penalty that would ruin an otherwise big play. Again, it's just plain impressive. And of course, the play call is perfect too. Look at all that space Conner has to work with. Safety, no chance. 10, 5, and ruled a touchdown on the field, but we'll take a closer look at it. And remember, this play started with a fake handoff to Greg Dortch as well. And the Cardinals pull the left guard to that side of the field and the defense reacts. It's a well-designed play that results in James Conner getting the football with fewer defenders on that side of the field. In fact, the offensive play calling in this game was just masterful, and we're going to see as the game moves further and further along, the defense for the Jets starts to second-guess themselves more and more. Now, upon further review, they do mark Connor out at the 1, but it's a trivial matter to punch it in from there. Touchdown, Arizona, and the Cardinals score on their opening drive, taking the lead 7-0. Naturally, the Jets would like to respond, so this time they run a fake handoff, and they also have a tight end in on the play to that side, and in fact they leave the tight end and Breece Hall in to help with pass protection. We also see Corley pretending to block, and eventually he would try to run through traffic, but this is essentially a two-man route between Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams. And we can see it's Starling Thomas that's in coverage on Adams. He is trailing, but the coverage is tight, so Rodgers decides to put this ball where only his man can get it, which turns out to be out of bounds. Now, as a matter of fact, this play was a nice try by the New York Jets, but the pass is incomplete, so it does bring up a third down. And here, on the money down, we see that pass rush that's been heating up for the Cardinals with immediate penetration by Stills. With nowhere to go with the football, Rodgers is flushed from the pocket, and Browning, stymied initially, now has an angle to go after him. Rodgers is ultimately forced to throw this football away, and the Cardinals have held on third down. Stills beats his man with just a little stutter step to the inside here, but watch his hands, because his handwork is also impressive on this play. So the Jets are forced to settle for the short field goal, and the kick is good, making the score 7-3. But Arizona picks up right where they left off, with more excellent preparation by the offensive coaches, putting 3 eligible receivers to one side of the field, drawing Sherwood to that side, and opening up the middle for Marvin Harrison Jr. Why wasn't there tighter defensive coverage on Harrison Jr.? Well, you can see the Jets are so concerned about Harrison Jr. going deep that Mills is completely turned around here. I mean, look at this. It looks like he's playing offense. And the ball is right on the money. And I say that about the ball being right on the money because even though you think it's, well, an easy pass right down the middle of the field, look where Kyler Murray is looking. He's reading the other side of the field first, and then just watch how quickly he snaps over to Harrison, and the ball is perfectly accurate. That's impressive. So New York tries to get their feet under him. They only rush with 4 and drop back into a zone. Arizona sends 3 eligible receivers into an area with only 2 zone defenders. Quincy Williams feels he can't carry Trey McBride any further downfield because he also has Elijah Higgins coming into a zone. McBride sits up in the hole in the zone, and Murray fits that ball beautifully into that window. And again, watch the drop back by Murray, back foot hits, and he reads the safeties to the back of his drop and then flips over to McBride. It's just high-level quarterback play by Kyler Murray. And here Arizona goes for the end zone. They send all 5 eligible receivers out on the pass patterns. And the Jets may have sensed this, dropping a safety down into man coverage on the play. This leaves just one safety back deep, and he stays on the side of the field where there are more eligible receivers. It's sensible, but it means he's unable to come over and help with anything on the other side. And Zay Jones beats his man with a stutter and go. And Kyler Murray instantly spots this. Seeing the defender's back is turned, he knows he has the one-on-one shot, and he throws it. DJ Reed never gets his head turned around. Jones has to play through him. His progress is impeded while the ball is in the air. Textbook pass interference, and flags come in from everywhere. And again, just to discuss another little detail here, if you remember back a couple of weeks ago when we covered the Cardinals' trip out against the Miami Dolphins on this channel, we talked about Kyler Murray's ability to use the snap count. Well, we see it again here. For the second time in this game, a defender going offsides. As far as the actual play is concerned, Arizona fakes the handoff to James Conner, and all 11 New York Jets bite on the fake. And as we've already seen before this season, Kyler Murray is celebrating way out from the end zone. That's how good this offense is. Now the Jets would manage to put together another drive and kick another field goal, making the score 14-6, and I just figured I would show it to you here because this would be the last time the Jets would score in this game. And the Jets keep trying to find answers on defense, so this time they send a 6-man blitz. And the concept is basically successful. Murray is going to have to complete this ball underneath to Trey McBride short of the line to gain on 3rd down. And I actually like this decision by Kyler Murray here. You know, he knows it's 3rd down, but he doesn't try to force the football. He doesn't try to take too much of a risk for something that isn't there. He takes what the defense gives him. He obeys the football gods, and the football gods reward him because obedience brings victory, and victory is life. McBride powers through the tackle attempt by Sauce Gardner, gets the 1st down, hurdles a defender, and gains extra yardage on the play. Oh my goodness. Everyone's talking about Saquon and his spectacular hurdles, but McBride seems to be doing this week after week. We can just split screen it here with his other hurdles that we've already looked at on this channel. And just look at the energy and excitement on the Cardinals sideline. And here we get to, strangely, what is, for me, the most impressive part of the game. The part of the game that makes me sit up, that forces me to sit up and take notice of the Arizona Cardinals. The part of the game that forces me to acknowledge that not only is Arizona going to make the playoffs, they have the potential to make a deep run in the playoffs. I just love this so much. Let's get into it. I love it because here Arizona makes a mistake. The Jets send a 4-man rush, but they also send 2 blitzers off the edge. And the crazy thing is the Cardinals have 2 players over there to pick up the blitz, the tight end and the running back, Greg Dortch. But both go out on pass routes. And Murray reads the other side of the field. And Murray takes a big shot. Helmet comes off, but he hangs onto the football. How tough is Kyler Murray? After a hit that would retire lesser men, he stays in the game. But now Arizona is facing a 2nd down and 17. And the coaches would probably like to call a running play here, but they call a good one. They pull the right guard to pick up the defensive end, and this frees up the right side of that Arizona offensive line. Trey McBride is able to head downfield to the linebacker level, and the right tackle, Kelvin Beachum, is able to come over and pick off the defensive tackle. And we've done several Cardinals videos on this channel this year, and I feel like I've neglected to mention to this point that the right side of that line has just been doing an outstanding job in the absence of Will Hernandez. The final wrinkle that makes this play so great is they pull the center and use him as the lead blocker for James Conner, and this is the hole that Conner runs through on the play. And the play is a success. But due to the loss of yardage on 1st down, it's still a 3rd down and 10 here. If the Jets are going to make a stand, now is the time. They do this by leaning on one of their best players, big number 95 himself, Quinnen Williams, bringing him all the way around. But the play is blocked up nicely. And I'm pretty sure that this is illegal here. Maybe the official didn't see it. But either way, Kyler Murray, just 2 plays after getting absolutely rocked, throws an exceptionally accurate pass. A beautiful throw under pressure into a tight window that picks up the 1st down. Wow. Arizona had made a mistake, and it cost them, but the ability to overcome that kind of adversity shows not only Kyler Murray's mental and physical toughness, but it also showcases a winning culture that's been built into this team, because that was a team effort to pick up the first down after that sequence of events, and this will serve Arizona well, not only now, but deep into the future as well. Case in point, Kyler Murray follows it up with one of his best throws of the game, a beautiful dime in tight coverage to Marvin Harrison Jr. What a pass. Touchdown, Arizona. Very similar to the throw that Aaron Rodgers attempted earlier in the game, but Kyler Murray's was better, and Arizona is starting to pull away now, going up 21-6. And just put yourself in the shoes of the New York Jets for a moment here. They had the huge sack on Kyler Murray, but then the Cardinals pick up the first down and then go on to score a touchdown. So the pressure's really on now. They've got to get something going. They've got to get their offense going here. So facing third and long, they send 3 receivers deep down the field, but all 3 are covered. On the other side, we see they have 2 options underneath. A bit of a strange play design. Both are open, but both are going to be well short of the first down. And for Arizona defensively, we're starting to see a bit of a theme emerge. Great coverage on the back end combined with a good pass rush up front. And it's Lucetta who trips Aaron Rodgers up for the sack. So with just 36 seconds left in the second quarter, Arizona would like to get some points before the end of the half. With that in mind, check out the route of Michael Wilson. It looks like he's going deep. Now the Jets, already behind on the scoreboard, definitely can't afford to give up a long touchdown here, so Michael Carter is turned around. He makes sure that he does not get beat deep. He's doing the right thing, but this does give Wilson the advantage. Carter has no idea when Wilson is going to cut to the sideline, and this is a route that has to be timed up perfectly, so turn your attention to the pocket because we can see Kyler Murray is under pressure, but we can also see he's already winding up to throw this football before Wilson has even made his break. Arizona gets into field goal range, and with just 1 second left, Chad Ryland is going to line up for a chance to extend the Cardinals' lead. And what a job Chad Ryland is doing this year. Think about Arizona's rival, the San Francisco 49ers, going through 3 kickers already on the year. What a tremendous job Chad Ryland is doing for Arizona. All right, let's move ahead to the third quarter. We can see that New York has the ball and they're threatening on the 3-yard line, but importantly here, it's 4th down. Obviously, the Jets are in no position to settle for the field goal here, so they have to go for it on 4th and goal. And for me, this is another impressive moment for the Arizona Cardinals. We've already talked about the execution by the players, and we'll see more of that here. We've also acknowledged the X's and O's dialed up by the coaches, but there's also a strategy element that the coaches have to decide on too. And this is an important one here. It's 4th down. So many times in the NFL, we see teams try to force it on 4th down, come with a big pressure just to try to force something to happen. But Arizona knows that the Jets have to throw the ball into the end zone here, so they only rush with 4, dropping everybody else back. Once again, Aaron Rodgers has nowhere to go with the football, and again, we see the pass rush deliver for Arizona. First, it's the outstanding rookie Xavier Thomas around the edge, and on the other side, it's Browning with the spin move. Aaron Rodgers is flushed from the pocket. And I want to be clear, I have a lot of respect for what Aaron Rodgers has accomplished on the football field. A Super Bowl champion, and certainly a first ballot Hall of Famer. But the film doesn't lie. Rodgers no longer has the ability to run away from these big guys, and Thomas is able to get home. Forced fumble, and it's recovered by Arizona. Wow. It's been in fashion to dismiss the Arizona defense, but tell me they aren't showing up week after week. And by this point in the game, it's the New York Jets defense that's completely unsure of themselves, watching let's wait and see what happens as each play unfolds, It's another fake to James Conner, and the linebackers see it, and then they drop back thinking it's a pass, which it is, but not the way they think. It's going to be another screen pass. And once again, just watch how effectively these guys sell it. And Arizona just seems to be doing whatever they want on offense. The New York Jets coaches know that they can't afford to let their team sit around and watch these plays unfold and become spectators. So here they take action, and ensuring something decisive will happen, they call for the blitz. 7 men on the rush, and Sauce Gardner realized early that this was a pass, but with nothing else to do, he decides to step forward as well, so it's almost an 8-man rush here, almost like a zero blitz with 0 safeties back deep. And if we take a look at the receivers for Arizona, we can see that there is a safety back deep for the Jets. There's 3 defensive backs there, but 2 of them go with a deeper route. Ordinarily a sensible thing, but with 8 men on the rush and 2 defensive backs on 1 receiver, the Jets have run out of players. They no longer have enough defenders to defend Trey McBride. And Kyler Murray spots him. But there's a problem. Murray is on the far hash and under tremendous pressure in the pocket. But here we would see Kyler Murray make another outstanding throw. Falling backwards, he gets this ball out to McBride. He makes the catch, there's nobody around him, and it's another big gain for the Cardinals. And from this angle, we can clearly see Sauce Gardner pointing out the play. He's aware that somebody needs to be covering Trey McBride. So let's go through it. Sam Aguavoen appears to be on the green dog against James Conner. In other words, he's responsible for defending James Conner, but if Conner stays in to help with pass protection, he has the green light to dog. On the other side of the field, we see Quincy Williams, and if I had to guess, I would say he's probably the one responsible for Trey McBride. Now look, we don't know this for sure. We're not in the defensive meeting room for the Jets, but it sure looks like Sauce Gardner is the one that's maybe supposed to be keeping an eye on the other tight end, rookie Tip Ryman. This may have confused Quincy Williams. Both of them stay home on Ryman, and nobody goes with Trey McBride. And as we've talked about on this channel before, if you make a mistake like that against Kyler Murray, he'll make you pay. And with the Jets reeling, Arizona hits them with James Conner. And it's another beautifully designed running play. The center and the left tackle double team the inside defensive tackle. And the Cardinals pull the left guard to pick up the defensive end. And we can already see the hole that James Conner is going to run through. But this play just gets more and more beautiful the more we look at it. With the right side of the offensive line freed up, this allows McBride to get downfield on the outside linebacker, similar to what we looked at before. And with the right tackle freed up, he also gets downfield to the linebacker level. And once again, these linebackers are hesitating. They do move laterally, but they allow the blockers to come to them. The only one who's got a chance here is Sherwood, but Arizona uses Elijah Higgins as a fullback, and Conner has to like this lane that he's going to be running through. One more little detail about this play. Because they're running away from him, they don't bother to block the other defensive end. And this allows Ryman to get downfield as well. The only players left for the Jets that have a chance of bringing down Conner are the safeties. Sub-optimal. And again, just look at this hole. I mean, we've seen week after week after week now, beautiful offensive line play from Arizona. And once again, New York tries to adjust, getting aggressive with a 7-man rush, but it's another fake to James Conner. But it's not a pass. The Arizona coaches were a step ahead of the Jets every step of the way in this game. We can see the receivers downfield blocking. This is a designed run for Kyler Murray. And then at the end here, it's one more coaching detail. We can see that Marvin Harrison Jr. allows Sauce Gardner to go. He doesn't hold on to him, which would be a penalty here. And this is impressive. Harrison Jr., don't forget, is a rookie. It's another impressive detail. This team is well coached. They execute. They've built a culture of winning. And Arizona is going to go far. The touchdown puts them up 31-6, and with their defense playing so well, Arizona would not throw another pass for the entire rest of the game. 31-6 would be your final score, so there it is. Another impressive win for Arizona, who is, without question, looking like one of the scariest teams in the NFL. So let's take a look at how they're going to close out the season here, because next week they have the bye, and it's the later season bye. You know, it kind of comes at the perfect time for them to rest up for that big push at the end of the season, because the following week they have a huge division contest against the Seattle Seahawks. Now look, just speaking honestly here, Seattle has been struggling a little bit, but we know division games tend to be close, and with Arizona locked in a fierce battle for first place in the NFC West with the San Francisco 49ers, these division games are critical. After that, they've got a difficult road trip to Minnesota, but then they're home again against the Seahawks, and then they have another home game against the New England Patriots, followed by a trip to Carolina, and of course we know that New England and Carolina are struggling, so Arizona has set themselves up well here for the end of the season, closing it out with games against the Rams, and then at home for possibly first place in the NFC West against San Francisco. Wow, what a way to finish the season. All right, I want to thank all my new subscribers. You guys have been great. We're constantly adding new subscribers. We've got a great community here. So I would love if you guys wanted to be a part of that. If you like what you see here, please subscribe. We do these videos every week. Leave me a comment. I read every comment. As always, I want to thank those of you who have gone the extra mile to help support this channel. Guys, it means so much to me. You humble me and you honor me. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. And of course, I've got to give an extra special thanks to our Patreon supporters. Guys, your support makes these videos possible. You are an essential part of this team. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Arizona is going on a bye, and then they go to Seattle for a big division game against the Seattle Seahawks. The stakes are high, but Arizona is looking tremendous. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, but you know we are going to be here to break down that film, and I will see you guys then.